Okay, hi everyone. Here's your astrology update for the year 2023 collective for all the signs. Here we go. Okay, hi everyone. Here's an astrology update for the year ahead for the collective. This is how the astrology affects everyone. So happy new year for 2023. Today is the 3rd of January. So I'm projecting for this year ahead. As we start off the year, Jupiter is in Aries, and Aries is all the first side of the zodiac, and it's all about beginning new things. Entrepreneurial efforts would be rewarded very well. So you might see a lot of that this year, at the first half of the year especially. So obviously it's particularly good for the sign Aries, right? We need to look at Mars as well, because Mars is pretty important if Aries being highlighted here. So Mars is also ruling the South Node still from last year, because the South Node is still in Scorpio. So Mars is coming out of retrograde on the 12th of January, and Mercury will come out of its retrograde too in January. But this is important. If you've been fighting with words, try not to do that, because Mars was retrograding in Gemini. And Gemini rules words, you see. So, and you have to be careful about that. So it's particularly highlighted there. So the next important month for me. So January the 12th, Mars will come out of its retrograde, but it's particularly powerful on that day, on the 12th, when it stations and moves direct. So let's look at the following period, which is interesting, and it would be March. So March, there's two things happening which is important. You've got Pluto changing signs from Capricorn to Aquarius, so it's absolutely huge. Pluto's been in Aquarius since 2008, and it's going to take a brief dip into Aquarius, because it came out of Capricorn, I mean, since that time. And a lot of, because Capricorn is like the goat which goes to the top of the mountain, and Pluto is very powerful. So we've seen a lot of powerful people, like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, very important powerful people. And in astrology we can think of them as kings. In olden days it would be kings and queens. Even now kings and queens we still have, but they could be modern day politicians, very powerful people, or you know, those plutocrats who are ruling in the economy and finance. Now these people could fall from grace as Pluto goes into Aquarius, because Aquarius is more egalitarian, okay? And I'm not wishing ill on anyone. That's not the point of astrology. We just have to see what the stars are saying, because Pluto is power, right? Now what will happen when Pluto goes into Aquarius is a big deal, because Aquarius is humanitarian, rules technology. So we're going to see a massive change in those fields, and much more emphasis on technology, humanitarian efforts, group efforts, and probably a bit fairer in society, you know, how wealth is distributed and whatnot. So I suppose that would be a good thing. So what else could we say that's going to happen? So in March, Saturn goes into Pisces. Now Pisces is a very spiritual sign. It's the most spiritual of the zodiac. So we might see some themes, more emphasis on religion, spirituality, and so forth. I know some people who are life coaches, you know, and they have Saturn in Pisces, or they have Saturn is authority, you see, and Pisces is spirituality. So some of them could be gurus, that kind of thing in spirituality. But that's a whole nother topic. Like Pluto in Aquarius and Saturn in Pisces is a whole nother topic. So that'll be very interesting if you look at your sun signs, if that affects you. So that takes us into March, and I would say the next big thing would be Jupiter going into Taurus. very interesting because we've had a lot of Taurus energy with Uranus in Taurus for so long, and the North Node is in Taurus still. Jupiter going into Taurus obviously is very good for the sun. If your sun sign is Taurus, rising sign and whatnot, moon sign. So Taurus is all about beauty, art, that kind of thing, okay, what we value. And so it'll be a very interesting period what comes out of that, okay. If your sun sign is Taurus, obviously you're going to benefit a lot from that, and Scorpio, the opposite sign, will also be very affected as well. So the nodes is very interesting because after I would say, is it July? Yeah, July is another big change as well, and that's when the nodes change, because we're talking about Taurus. The nodes go into the axis of Taurus and Scorpio. They change rather into Aries and Libra. Now the North Node will be in Libra then for the next 18 months after July. So you'll see more emphasis on, if the North Node is in Aries, and you're going to see a lot more emphasis on, because Aries is the pioneer, okay, so we're going to see a lot more projects, pioneering projects come out of that, which is a bit like the beginning of the year too, when Jupiter was in Aries, okay. So the South Node being in Libra is about relationships ruled by Venus, so Venus will be important all year, of course, because there's a connection with Libra and Taurus at the beginning of the year of the nodes, ruling the nodes. So if these relationships were working, you need to let go of them, okay? So the beginning of, okay, I've got a plane going over, I'm going to have to pause this. Okay, that plane's gone, right, so the other thing that's going to happen in July, not just the nodes will be changing into Aries and Libra, also Venus will retrograde in Leo, and Venus will be important obviously because it will be ruling the South Node around then, okay? So watch out for that, love, relationships, money, that kind of thing, okay? And what you value, of course, but actually what you value, Venus is connected with, but in astrology also it can rule, medical astrology can rule like things like the kidneys and the veins and whatnot, okay? I think that's more or less it. They're the major themes for the year. So Venus will be important all year because it's connected to both of the nodes, the South Node, like I said, and the North Node at the beginning of the year. And if the North Node is in Aries after July, we might see some more conflict around the world, because Aries is very connected with, you know, it's a fighting sign. It's not just a pioneering sign. And there might be some more conflicts, you have to be aware of that. But like I said, you need to let go of those things on the South Node. But generally, I think it'll be an exciting time. But with Jupiter changing signs and whatnot. So good luck to all of you for the new year 2023. Okay, bye.